Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Beef Fat. I'm your host, Joshua Glenn. So whether you're living with diabetes and you have to watch your carbs, or maybe you're just watching your carbs because you're exercising and wanting to lose a little bit of weight to stay healthy, today we have a great recipe that we're going to be making that helps you do all of this. Today we're going to be making collard green and cauliflower dirty rice. So these are some of the ingredients that we're going to be using today. This is a Italian sausage that I've just removed the casings on. You can use any sausage that you would prefer to use. You could even use a breakfast sausage in this, a sweet, a mild, or a spicy. Today we're just using a mild Italian sausage. And then next we have our seasonings. So each of these is a teaspoon except for one, which is a fourth of a teaspoon. So we have onion powder, we have thyme, we have paprika, oregano. This is a Cajun seasoning that is a no salt added Cajun seasoning. And we have cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is optional. You could leave it out completely if you wanted to, but I'm only using about a half a teaspoon. And then we have a bay leaf there. So next we have the Holy Trinity: onions, bell pepper, and celery. This is about 2 stalks of celery, 1 medium onion, and 1 bell pepper. Now these are our collard greens that we're going to be using. You could use fresh or frozen collard greens here. You need about 2 cups of chopped collard greens. I used frozen today, and all I did was defrost them, and then I rinsed them off with some cool water, and then wrung out all the extra water that I could get out of them. Next we have our cauliflower rice. So I made fresh cauliflower rice, but you could use frozen cauliflower rice if you want, and we'll talk a little bit more about cauliflower rice. And then lastly, we have some chicken stock and green onions just for garnish. So let's talk a little bit more about our cauliflower rice. So today I made this cauliflower rice using a food processor with the shred mode. If you don't have a food processor, you could easily use a handheld grater, and you want to use this side, a little bit larger side. If you use a handheld grater, what you are going to get, you're going to get more of a hash brown texture with the grate. Now, if you use a food processor, you can use one of 2 ways. You could use the blade that is on the bottom of the food processor, and you want to get it down until it's about the size of couscous, or you can use, like I did, and the grater, and you're going to have uneven consistencies here and there where you're going to have some larger pieces. So it's kind of a mix between the hash browns and the couscous. So let's start cooking. I have got a large pan, not super large, on medium-high heat on my stove, and it has heated up. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of oil, and we're just going to let that oil heat up. And then I'm going to add in my onions, bell pepper, and celery. And we're going to give those just a good stir around, and we're going to let them saute for about 5 minutes. So this is a complete optional step. I have taken my sausage and broken it up into smaller pieces. This is just so when I throw it in the pan, it's a little bit easier to break up as it's cooking. But we're going to add our sausage into our onion and bell pepper and celery mix. And we're just going to cook that until it's golden brown, about 5 or 6 minutes or so. We're just going to get that stirred in and let it cook. Alright, so once your meat has browned, we're going to take our collards and we're just going to add them in. And then we're going to take about a tablespoon of garlic, and we're going to throw that in there too. And saute this real quick, just about a minute or 2. We don't want to saute it too long because we're about to add some more ingredients and it's going to have more time to cook down. Alright, so once you let that saute for about a minute or 2 and you can start smelling that garlic and it becomes aromatic, we're going to do a couple of things here. We're going to take our seasoning and we're just going to sprinkle it all over and mix that in really good. And then we're going to take our chicken broth. And you can totally use beef stock if you wanted to, vegetable stock. It's really up to you on what you want to use. But you want to do about a cup. You could do a little bit more if you think you need to. And what we're going to do is we're just going to let this cook down until all of the liquid has evaporated or reduced by about 3/4 of the volume that you put in. All right, so our vegetable sausage mix is nice and simmering now, and so we're going to move on to getting our rice started. So I've got another pan about the same size heated up here, and we're going to add in some oil. That's about a tablespoon or so. And then we're going to add in our rice cauliflower. Now what we're going to do now is you're going to cook it about 5 minutes. You want to get some of the moisture cooked out of it. You don't want it to be soggy. You want it, and you don't want to overcook it. So 5 minutes is about the time that you want to cook it. And you just want to sit here and saute it. If you want, you could add a little bit of butter to the pan at this point, just to give it a little bit more golden brown flavor if that's what you're looking for. If you're not watching your calories, you can totally do that. It's really up to you. So we're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes, stirring it continuously so it doesn't overcook and also it gets tender. Alright, so our vegetable and sausage mix has reduced down, and I'm just going to get the bay leaf out real quick. Always remember to take your bay leaves out when you cook with them. So we're going to just turn this down a little bit. And my cauliflower rice has cooked. It's tender. It still has a little bit of a raw bite to it. You want that. You do not want mushy cauliflower. You want to have a little bit of bite so it gives you that texture that rice has. And so we're just going to take it and we're going to kind of incorporate it a little at a time. So I'm going to take about half of it. And we're just going to stir it all into the sauce with our meat and vegetables. Have it all turned off, so we're just mixing it all together. Now, if you've noticed, I have not added salt or pepper to this dish yet. Always wait till the end, especially when you're cooking vegetables that can have moisture in them like cauliflower. You don't want to salt it too early. It could cause all the moisture to come out, make it soggy. You don't want soggy cauliflower, if I can emphasize that again. So we're just going to mix this together, then I'm going to taste it and add salt and pepper to taste. And there you have it, an easy and delicious collard green cauliflower dirty rice. I'm going to plate some up and get it ready for our taster. And just top it off with a little green onion and bon appetit. So we have a very special taster today. He is new to doing this. He is the administrative assistant here at BAO, Andrew Warren.
All right, so I'm going to be the tester today. Joshua, what am I eating?
You were eating collard greens and dirty cauliflower rice.
It looks good. See some sausage in there. It don't taste healthy, but it's healthy, y'all. This is good. Yeah.
Remember to like, share, and follow Birmingham Maids Outreach. And you can follow us at BAO BHM on Facebook or on our website at baobhm.org. Bye.